Hi, my name's Wanda, and I have two separate messages. I have one for non Christians, and then I have one for Christians. And I'm going to start with the non Christians, the non Christians first. Um, I would like to say that not all Christians are the same. We're not all Bible thumpers, we're not all dogmatic. Um, Sometimes our faith gets confused with the latter because sometimes with any faith, your beliefs can be very, very strong. However, we're not all nuts, and we're not all about pushing our opinions down other people's throat. Because honestly, I don't care. If you want to have a conversation and maybe learn something you didn't learn, great. I'm all for it. If you want to talk about, what you think and how you feel and your beliefs, and I may learn something from it, great. I'm all in. I'm confident in my faith. I know that I believe. I know what I believe. And I know why I believe. And it's not something only because I just read it, but because I've had experiences and things have happened that have proven to me. So that's why I believe, and that's why my faith is strong. However, because I'm confident in my faith, I don't feel the need. I don't feel it a necessity to cram it down other people's throats. There's no point. People either are okay to talk about it, some people ain't. If people are okay with it, great. If not, great. Well, your decision doesn't affect me at all. Not at all. If you want to believe in Zeus, or you think you're getting reincarnated, or you think you're going to die and get 7 virgins, you do you, boo. I don't care, because your decisions have no effect on me at all. Not when it comes to my soul. So you do you. For the Christians out there, quit being so damn judgmental. Stop. Like, seriously, what is y'all's problem? I have more beef with y'all than I do with non-Christians, because at least non-Christian people have a reason to get, maybe a little upset or offended, because they don't understand. You want to know why they don't understand anything? And I'll tell you exactly why. Because in the last 6 months, I've seen the same shit over and over and over and over again. Somebody who's struggling with their belief of Christianity, or someone who's not even a Christian but is on the page reading stuff and making comments because, well, I'm sorry, but if somebody's making a comment, they're doing it for a reason. Why else would they be there? Why else would they announce themselves? It may even be a hateful comment. They're commenting. Stop being so damn hateful and mean and judgmental and, oh, you need God, you need God, you need God. No. You know what you need to do? You need to quit telling them what they need, and you need to start showing them. You want people to come to Christ, to know His love, to know His splendor, to know everything there is about, the amazement of it. You want this, but you think you're going to get these people there by hell and brimstone and condemnation? Sorry, my hair is sticking up. No, because God isn't just hell, damnation, and all this other crazy people. When I even mention God, like literally just mention His name, people will just, you're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong place. You just constantly, like, are you dogmatic? Are you a Trident? Shoot. Are you a Biden? Are you Trump? Just constantly just throwing shit at me, like, and I'm just like, what? Huh? And then I see Christians popping up answering questions on everywhere. I don't care where you're at. They're every freaking where, which is not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. it's not a bad thing that Christians are everywhere, because I think Christians innately are good. It's just some have kind of misconstrued the whole purpose of this book. If you are not teaching the whole main point of who he is, if all you're doing is throwing his listen, people, I know people have different ways of doing things, but if you don't start going to people with kindness and compassion and understanding, all you're doing is driving them away. God was love. God was compassion. God was hope. He manifested that in Jesus and had that walk this earth to show, not just to talk and to tell us what we were supposed to do. Because, anybody can tell you what to do. It takes one hell of a person to rise up above that, to not just speak it, but to show it. And if you can't show it, then you need to stop. Because if you can't walk in the footsteps of Jesus, and don't get me wrong, because nobody will ever be able, no, he's king. We're never supposed to want to be him. We are supposed to follow him. We are supposed to want to become like him. The compassion, the love, the everything, the essence of God is what Jesus was showed to us. And y'all are so fixated on, oh no, you can't say that. That's wrong. And just so busy jumping down people's throats because of their ignorance of the Bible, because apparently when they do reach out, instead of getting help, they're getting condemnation by Christians. And I'm tired of it. And I'm a Christian. And I'm a Christian. And people are still trying to jump down my throat because people don't read the Bible. And that's something else. If you're not actually reading the Bible and you're just basing your opinion off of something you read or heard, or not read, but heard from your mom or your dad or your Sunday school teacher or your Bible school teacher or somebody else, if you're just repeating like a parrot what you've heard and you haven't actually sat down and actually, the Bible are the words of God. But his spirit is inside. His words are life. People need to understand that. You can't just read the words. Okay? You can't just read them. You have to let that crap, you have to let it sink. You have to let it sit. You have to let it settle. You have to let it come. You can't sit there and just be like, I don't understand this. I don't understand this. I don't understand this. Because the more you read, the more you will understand. The more it will sink in. Don't try to figure the Bible out, people. You're not going to be able to just sit here and figure it out. You got to read. You've got to pay attention. You've got to look at the whole picture of the story. Like Jonah. There was more to Jonah than just being swallowed by a whale. It was the darkness, the emptiness he felt. It was a point. There was a point to the story, and people missed the huge point. People, Christians especially, God did not do anything without a deeper meaning. Do you understand this? He didn't just punish people to punish people. And that's what you got the whole world believing. No, he did not punish people just to punish people. He was not an evil God at all. His love was constant, still is. He is like a parent who says what they mean what they say, and will stick exactly to what they say, because if he threatens it, he means it, because he ain't playing. As a parent, tell me how that is different than what we want, how we raise our children, or how we should. Because when you speak to your child in any given way, you should say what you mean what you say, and stick by what you say, but in a positive way. In a Jesus way, Christian way. Okay? I'm making that clear because I'm not trying to endorse bad behavior here or abuse, because I'm not. I'm saying it in a good way. If I tell my children they're going to clean their room, and they're going to do it the right way, or they're going to be grounded and lose toys, or not be able to go to a friend's house if that room did not get cleaned correctly, such as they trying to hide toys up under the bed, or hiding stuff in the closet, or just shoving stuff in their drawers because they're too lazy to do it properly. I check, it's not done properly. I take toys, or I take away said action, or whatever the threat was. They done lost that. Now they have to finish cleaning the room properly, or they will lose something else. And I don't care how much of a fit you throw. I don't care how many times you yell that you hate me. I don't care. Clean your room. Simple as that. That's what he's doing. That's who he is. He's a parent. That's his mentality. That's his love. And parents who know, and you don't even have to be a parent, because you can unconditionally love anything. A dog. I mean, a dog is a great example, because there are some vicious dogs. And some are not born that way. Some are honest. Some are just born that way. Some are not. Some are abused and become that. Whatever. But either way, there are dogs that people may be completely scared of, like don't even want it near them because they're scared it's going to attack it. But that person who has that dog will fight tooth and nail to keep it, because they will always say, but, and it's because they love this dog. Because even though this dog is dangerous, it's still life to them. It's still a soul to them. And even though they know in their heart of hearts that this dog is dangerous, you're asking somebody to give up another soul. And I'm sorry, but dogs, animals, general, they have their own souls and their own emotions and their own thoughts and feelings. We may not understand them because unfortunately we're human. We don't understand everything. Get over it. But some people don't take life as just placé as most people. I think that all life has meaning. I don't think that one life is above another. I mean, I care about my life, don't get me wrong, but and in most cases, in some cases, my life would have no meaning. And what I mean by that is, if I'm in a boat and me and my child, or me and somebody else's child, or me and somebody else I love, if it's between me and them, I'd rather people save them, because at that moment in time, my life is, it don't matter. All that matters at that moment is the other person. Other than that, I'm not going to put myself in any type of situation that's going to put myself in danger. I'm getting off topic. I do that. I'm just a little aggravated. Sorry. But I'm going to finish this up, and then I'm going to stop. I'm trying really hard. It doesn't seem like it. I get it. I think I needed to vent a little bit. Christians, please, we've got to stop this hate cycle or this condemnation cycle, because we're doing more damage than good. When people are to the point to where they're just being driven away just simply because they hear the word Christian, then there's a problem. And then these crazy people going up in stores and believe in your faith, but you're supposed to be confident in your faith. Because if you're not confident in your faith, then you can't help people to find or to help those who are trying to find their confidence and faith. Having faith in something's great, but you got to have confidence in it. And you know what? Confidence means that people will reach out in some way, shape, or form if they're sent, because God knows better than me. And He knows that if I say something and somebody pops up and being hateful, then I'm just going to say that, I'm going to take that as a, maybe I should help by being nice, by being compassionate, by listening to what they have to say, asking them questions like, why do you think that? Or, what got you to believe in this? Or, and then share some of my experiences maybe, because I wasn't always a Christian. Not always. As a matter of fact, I was anti-Christian up until about, well, I've been back and forth and pretty anti-Christian pretty much my whole life up until about 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, 3. But I didn't gain my confidence in my faith until here lately. So it took time. I believed, but it's a path you have to take, and your path and your belief and how you put one foot in front of the other is how you grow as a Christian and how you grow with God. And you can't grow with God and you can't grow as a Christian if you're too busy judging, being assholes. You just can't. You can't stop using the Lord as a way to be selfish, arrogant Christians. Just stop it. That is not what He's for. That is not what He's about. And I'm tired of people who should actually get to know who He is and actually have a, if they actually saw who He truly was instead of all this other craziness they're getting, if they actually saw who He was through the eyes of an actual Christian that understood who He truly represents, and it comes out to them as love and compassion and not as judgment and force, maybe people would start listening a little bit. I mean, haven't you ever heard people, you can draw flies better with what, I don't know, it's a stupid saying anyway, but you always attract God's people by walking in Jesus' footsteps, plain and simple. That whole trend, not back in the day, what would Jesus do? Yeah, start saying that shit to yourself every day. Before you open your mouth, you ask yourself, what would Jesus do? Because if you don't think Jesus would say that to somebody, then keep your mouth shut. Because you're doing more harm and more damage than you are doing good. And then Christians like me who are just trying to help by just being there, by listening, because that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to help, we're supposed to listen, and then we're supposed to help raise. And sometimes raising people up necessarily is not the way we would, raise another Christian up. Sometimes we have to sometimes we have to help them up a little bit and where they're at first. Show them that we are there for them. Show them what you mean by when you say I'm a Christian, because right now you need me and I'm going to help you, and I don't care if you believe in my God or not. I'm still going to help you. I'm not going to condemn you. I'm going to show you why. This is why. Words mean jack. Plain and simple. Words mean jack. And if you're so busy on Facebook bitching at people because they don't understand completely, well, then you need to be off of Facebook. And maybe you should start worrying about other shit. Because you're not ready to actually have a talk to other people about God, because you don't know Him. And this is not to all Christians, just to those who are telling people that they just, the stuff people have said would just, and I'm not repeating any of it because I'm not going to help the cycle. No. But I am saying there are a lot of Christians out there, or so-called Christians, and other Christians. If y'all are seeing people being judgmental and just being harsh, you need to stop. You need to start stepping up and being like, whoa, hold up, dude. That is not the Christian way. We need to start holding each other responsible. You know what? You do you, boo. But when you're talking about my faith and my God, you better know what you're saying. And quit trying to turn him into a monster that benefits your story. Because my life may not be perfect, and I have issues, and I'm going through a lot, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to go on there and bash him. My problems are my situations between me and him, not between me and him and the world. So, stop, please. Please, I'm begging y'all, please. Love, light, Jesus, positivity, love. Spread love. Spread his love. Not just his words, but his love. Please. Okay. I kind of feel better now, so thank you for that. I only have like 15 seconds left, and then I'm going to turn this off. So if y'all actually watch this, thank you. Didn't mean to offend anybody, but this does really get to me. It really hurts me, hurts my heart, because it's just not right. It's just not right. So, but blessed be everybody. Amen. I love y'all. You do you, boo. Latest.